All right, good evening, Springs BOE. We're live and you're being recorded. You may start.
Hopefully everybody can hear us now. Sorry for the fact that you could not hear us before. We didn't realize that the microphones weren't working correctly. So we were just in executive session where we were meeting a couple of new hires, and now we were going to go into our regular meeting where roll call is we are all sitting here, so I think we're good. And I'm going to start the meeting with public commentary number 1. It's about our items of board business, which we have, which include personnel and our financial information. And we do not have any policy on there today. So if anybody who is watching at home or here in the audience has a question or concern, brings to their attention, please come to the podium or call in. And if there's no one available, we're just going to move right on into personnel items. Deb, want to?
So I am honored to introduce tonight 2 new special ed teachers. As you know, the budget supported 2 ICT teachers, and we did a thorough search. And we're very fortunate tonight to have the board approve my recommendations for 2 special ed teachers. The first is Robert Tibbet. He's standing right there. Robert comes to us from Southampton, where he was a lead replacement for several teachers. And as I just told his mom, I'm going to embarrass him, the secretary almost cried when she was losing her best substitute. She says he's there before she is in the morning and fills in anywhere that he's needed. So it's a real loss to Southampton and a gain to Springs School. So I would like to recommend Robert at this time.
Okay. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby appoints Robert Chiddick to the probationary appointment of special education teacher effective August 30th, 2023, with an anticipated tenure date of August 30th, 2027, at a salary of $51,715, BA Step 1 plus benefits. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second? All in favor? Aye.
Is he clapping? Is he clapping? And tonight I'm also bringing forward Maria DiOrio, who likes to be called Mia. She's a special ed teacher. She is also returning to Shelter Island like our principal. She's traveled a little bit, but she was also a special education teacher over in Shelter Island. So I'm recommending that the board accept my recommendation for special ed teacher for the upcoming 23-24 school year, and we're thrilled to have her.
Okay. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby appoints Maria DiOrio to the probationary appointment of special education teacher effective August 30th, 2023, with an anticipated tenure date of August 30th, 2027, at a salary of $59,469, MA Step 1 plus benefits. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Robert, if you need to take your family home, please feel free. Okay. Thank you for coming out. We really nice to meet you all. You're welcome anytime. Mia, if you want to leave, you can too, or you can stay. Okay. Tonight we have an appointment Javon Kidd for the custodial worker position. That was also new for the budget, full-time custodial worker. Javon has been with us in a temporary basis, filling in where needed, and Nick Nielsen recommends him highly for the position. D is the rescind appointment of Pamela Ramirez. She decided not to work the summer E&L program. We're amending the E&L rates. This E&L program runs only 3 weeks, not 6 weeks. So the rate that was there before was 6 weeks. So we're correcting that there. All 3 positions are funded through Title III. Amend the summer school rate for one of our teacher assistants, Lisa Brown. We forgot that we had raised that rate, so she gets that as well. Resignation, Barbara, do you want to take that one, or do you want me to take it?
Oh, whatever you like, Deb. Deb is resigning this evening for purpose of retirement, and she's being rehired on the 13th, after she gets a day off finally tomorrow, as on a per diem basis, changing her position here from a salary to a per diem basis. We'll be saving the district about $90,000 this year for her final year at Springs. So after we, asked our attorney about that, they said this seems like a no-brainer, and we said yes. We love to save money where we can here. So she is still our superintendent. It's just her contract will be working a little differently.
H substitutes, many,
You want to do that agenda? You want to do it?
I don't think that we need to do that. I think we can just,
you have substitutes, teachers, TAs, nurses, salary, uncertified and certified, are there. Substitute custodial, have a couple coming back. School monitors, pretty much the same as previous year. Resignation of one of our teacher assistants, Emily Driver. She will come back as a sub though. Appointment of Richard Burns. I'm recommending that Rich come back at CSE, CPSC chairperson through the summer. He's got 2 psychologists that he said can really carry most of it. So it's only we don't even think he'll use the 10,000 for the summer. And we'll give you an update on our PPS director. Full coaching stipends are there. CSC extra hour duties are there. These are our teacher assistants that come in before school, stay after school. School bus monitors. We're going to remove Belfour from that, Rachel, and make a note. I have really good news on that front. Will not be returning as a monitor on the school bus. I'm going to pull P, extra teaching assignment, Pat Grande, but I'm going to keep Eric Schwab for the .1 science. He has the lab and that's what puts him over, and he's the only one that can teach that. We have a conference for myself. That's the New York State Council of School Superintendents. That's in end of October, or beginning of October, I'm sorry. As far as the conference for seniors, I highly recommend that our principal and assistant principals attend that. They attended last year, our principals. Both of these conferences are funded by Title IIA. Conference for Jessica Rogers, also funded by Title IIA, is the restorative practices. It's the same conference that our teachers went to last year, and our assistant principal, same speaker. So it's consistent with what we've been doing here.
okay, thanks, Deb. Any questions about any of these items at this time from the board? Okay, do I have a motion to move personnel items C through S to consent agenda?
Motion.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Abstain, okay.
So we have special ed cases for CSE 1 through 11 for your approval.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby accepts the recommendations from the Committee on Special Education, CSE cases 1 through 11. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second? All in favor? Aye.
Let me go back to personnel for 1 minute, Barbara. I have two walk-ons for personnel. Both of them are our bus drivers for the summer. So Lena is one of our bus drivers who was 12 months. She went to 10 months, so she was left off the list of bus drivers for the summer. Their summer rate is $29.50 an hour, and I'm thrilled to announce that Belfour Stanger has passed his road test this morning and is now going from bus monitor to bus driver, and he will sub this summer as well for our summer programs.
Great. Do you have a resolution that you want me to read, or you want to go ahead? And
I'll read it.
Okay.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby appoints Lena Loza as the bus driver effective July 1st at a salary of $29.50 an hour. Be it resolved that the Board of Education hereby appoints Belfour Stanger effective as July, we'll put him as July 7th. Today's the 12th, July 12th, at a salary of $29.50 per hour.
Okay. Do I have a motion? Second? All in favor? Aye.
It over to you for the appropriation status.
Sure. So item A is the appropriation status through April 23. B is the revenue status through April 2023. 6, A is the budget transfers, 3 budget transfers that we recently did. B is the treasurer reports. So the treasurer reports, there's a few there. It's December's through April's, just because I wanted to ensure they were presented to the board. I don't believe they were prior. So
No, they
those-
weren't. I've noticed that we haven't had them for a while, so,
So those are the last 5 months up until April.
right, okay.
So going forward, we'll have April, May, and June.
April's there, so you should have May the next one, and then June the following.
Okay, so will we be getting them the month following, or is
It
it?
sh-
More
it
like
should
2
be the
months
month or
following.
the 2 months following. I'm still
Okay.
working it out because our internal auditors actually complete them.
Okay,
So I am working it. They're here this week, so I'm working it out. Should be a month, 2 months the latest afterwards.
Okay.
But I'm confirming the dates.
do I have a motion to move financial items A and B to consent agenda?
Motion.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Oh, abstain?
Yeah.
Okay. Time for our new principals report.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll start off with our summer program. That's our extended school year program. We kicked off a 6-week program on July 3rd. Ms. Lamonda is leading the first section of it and doing a wonderful job. The purpose of it is to stop regression over the summer of our students. So they're practicing learned skills. They are also working on their IEP goals, their summer goals. They're getting all the services they need. Kids are here, they're accounted for. There's 18 students in 3 classes. They're learning, they're happy. It's a wonderful thing. I've been popping in and greeting and dismissing, and just, again, seeing the wonderful students getting that education and preventing that summer slide. So that's going on, and we are well on our way with that. So summer school teachers are making up their own specials as well. So the kids are also getting a little bit of art and PE incorporated into the mix as well. It's a great program. Good on that. And then part B, first 100-day plan. I'll sort of go through this fairly quickly in the essence of time, but we discussed this originally through interviews and stuff, but the Strong Start plan, just to make sure the board knows, teachers know, stakeholders know the commitment to excellence. And the main thing for me is to listen, and then to learn, and then to lead. And so we look, there's some specific goals that I would like to accomplish within these first 100 days. And that would be building trusting relationships with students, employees, parents, and the community, ensuring that Spring Schools provides a safe and positive learning environment for all students, working to align all faculty and students towards a shared vision of success, maintaining open line of communication, reviewing and analyzing multiple data points, and then also building positive working relationships with the school board, community leaders, and key partners. If we go down actually to the last page, or the next page, where it says strategies, there's some listening strategies.
Go back.
Go back.
Yeah, at the bottom of that page. There you go.
So the listen, learn, and lead. So listen, show staff, students, and stakeholders that their voices will be heard. Engaging in honest conversation will result in an opening for informal leadership. So whether teachers, staff members have a specific title, everyone is capable of being a leader and having that informal leadership. So I want to bring teachers on and get their insight and their opinions on everything as well. And then to learn, understand the history, operational procedures, strengths, and growth areas of Spring School. And then to lead, so take action to align the vision and goals of Spring School to establish the environment that promotes trust, collaboration, and continuous improvement. Those are the 3 main things. There are certain strategies on the next page, and you will see in each domain. And I have started this already, but the most important thing is that throughout the 100 days, this will be updated, and I will be sharing it with the board, sharing it with the staff as well of what we're going to be doing. some of the great things that have already taken place is I was able to meet with a handful of teachers, start to hear their career trajectory, their goals, their history, their beliefs, their commitment, and their want of being a school teacher and leader here at Spring School. So that's wonderful that those have started already. I do want to meet with all board members individually, as you'll see there, just to get your insight, your ideas, your goals, your beliefs of Spring School and what we're capable of. I'll spend the day shadowing a student. I will attend local and community festivals. I will host a virtual Q&A meeting with parents and community for those who can't get to the school. That we'll have that to learn. And we've been working on this already as an admin team, but to really just look at all the processes. So how do we hire? What is staff development, and analyzing that and getting a solid understanding of what is occurring here, what we could tweak, and what we could provide insight on to get even better than we are currently. And then to lead implementing new strategies, partner with school staff to develop an instructional leadership team, which we already are well on the way to having in place, which is a great way for us to make decisions together in terms of instruction and help each other out along the way, conduct an equity analysis of all the practices, provide updates on the 100-day plan periodically, and then at the end of the 100 days, provide that public report. On the right side, you'll see there, these are just some reflective questions that I've been asking teachers. Besides their history and their passions and their certifications, it's what are your strengths? What are our strengths as a school? What are our challenges? What should we start doing? What should we stop doing? And what is possible? And in just a few meetings with a handful of teachers, there's a lot of great information, and lots of data is coming out of that about our strengths and what a great school we have and the people that we have. And then certain challenges we'll get all that data as well, and we'll analyze that as an admin team, see what we could do for this year, see what we need to be proactive about moving forward, and just a continuous improvement process. And then finally, there's some early commitments. So that would be holding myself, students, staff, and stakeholders accountable for maintaining a culture of high expectations with the support of the leadership team, and that's the instructional leadership team. So if you hear me abbreviate that ILT, you'll be hearing that as well. Develop an inspirational set of values which will drive the day-to-day actions of students and staff. With the support of the leadership team members, create a year-long data-driven instructional calendar. You might hear that as a DDI, data-driven instruction. Implement a student-centered walkthrough and coaching cycle to increase student achievement and teacher capacity. Analyze the achievement gap at Spring School to develop a strategic support plan for all of our subgroups. Make sure every student is growing and learning, and then use data to create school-wide and individual goals for teachers. So here it is at the very bottom, you'll see my priorities: authenticity, logic, and empathy. People just want to let the staff, the teachers, our board, everyone know that they're interacting with the real me every time they speak with me. Colleagues have faith and trust my judgment, and then people believe that you truly care about them. So it's building those relationships, understanding them, and we're all in this together. That's the main focus of what I want to bring to Spring School, is that everybody, whether it's board, teachers, staff, anyone, we're all working towards the very best for our kids. And those are at the bottom, those are the dates where I will be updating on the plan where we're at. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a very ambitious plan, very thorough. It's got a lot of good ideas in there. So it's off to a very positive start.
Superintendent's report.
Yes, please.
So I just wanted to update the board and the community about a couple of the positions that we have open. We went out the second time for our Director of Pupil Personnel. We are setting up additional virtual screenings on Friday with the help of Rich Burns and the building administration. Once we have a group to bring to the committee, we've asked the STA for the same committee that interviewed the first time. We interviewed the first time 4 candidates out of 15 applicants. And we tried to go fairly local. Hampton Bays, North Fork. We had somebody from Southwold. This time around, we are going a little further, unfortunately, and that's where the pool has taken us. We had 12 applicants the second time. We put it out a month later. And on Friday, they will screen about 4 candidates again and see if all those 4 can be moved forward to a committee interview. All 4 I have spoken to about the commute, and they're all willing to make it. One of them is not here on Long Island. Very similar story to Mr. Kell, wanting to return to Long Island. But it's also a far distance when he returns, not as close as his Shelter Island. So I'll keep you up to date on that process. I really would like to have somebody in place before September, if that's possible. But Rich Burns is willing to stay on and assist us. Monday and Tuesday, the music interviews take place. I think there's at least 10 candidates. They'll do interviews on Monday with demos on Tuesday. There is a committee, it includes the STA, the building leadership, and Mr. Rockman has graciously given us this time again, totally gratis to help. He feels kind of, responsible for these young teachers coming out and trying to find their way in the music world. We're hoping our music department, as well as our art teachers, can join us for those interviews and those demos. And of course, we have kids in the building, so the demos will be with our special ed children. So they'll really have to put their best foot forward for that. We have 2 teacher assistant positions still open. We did post it on Parents Square. It's a great job for anybody who wants the same school schedule as their kids, all the vacations off, benefits. We haven't got many takers on it, but it's posted. It is 2 special ed positions for stuff.
Thanks, Deb. And old business, we have the annual scope dinner. If anyone's interested in going, it's always a fun evening.
You going?
Yeah.
Barbara, you going?
Sure.
Katie?
Katie, you gotta go.
I'm gonna go past one stop.
It's not bad. It takes 3 hours to get there without having to get home.
Think about it. Let me
That's
know.
why they have
It
town.
really is for new board members and new superintendents, but all board members are welcome. It's a beautiful night. It's Bourne Mansion. It's beautiful. So
I will.
I know you're going. Emily, you said you were going,
I
right?
think I can go to sleep.
Okay. Well, okay.
She knows me.
Take a car service. I know somebody that could drive you.
I do my shopping up there when I go there. I live around.
Oh, okay.
I have a boat store, I have a boat store, wife, no kids, I can tell what I want. I do that.
He's got it all planned out. All right.
Let's go to the island, well, I live there.
B is your board calendar. Can you put that board calendar up by any chance for me? It's attached. So we couldn't do the board calendar until we had our new board member. So the draft is there. In the past, you've always done a workshop meeting and a general meeting. I just put some draft dates in there. Take a look at it. Let's talk about it. But we do need to get this up and running. You also need to keep in the back of your mind, probably October for a superintendent search to start that process, but meetings before then, if you want to follow the process we use for principal, you'll need a survey. You need to talk about, who sits on committees. So in addition to these board meetings, what I'm saying is you may need additional board meetings.
Well, I was thinking that for in the July meeting on the 25th, we need to be talking about committees at that workshop. I think we also need to have a very preliminary discussion on the superintendent search and, how that's going to work in-house, differences with the current principal search, what else this is going to entail. So we really understand what we're getting into by trying to do this in-house.
You want to keep the 25th at a workshop, as a workshop meeting?
Yeah, I think so. And then the 22nd, we would have that to, usually we have that as a regular meeting, approving any new hires or anything before school starts, right?
Yes. And if I think I'm gonna lose somebody because that's far away, like a director of people personnel, I might ask for a special meeting, if that's okay, just to appoint our director if we have one.
Okay.
This will be a regular meeting, the 22nd. Do you want to do a workshop meeting in August?
No, we'll do a kind of conference day.
We
Yeah,
need
the
to,
evaluation day.
do an evaluation with the previous board, and we're gonna have to figure out time to get together for that.
Okay.
So we have to do that, and I have to rope Tim into participating.
All right, you
So,
let
but I
us
think
know.
let's see after the meeting on the 25th, if we feel like we have to put another one in, depending on what everybody's schedule is, we might be able to do that.
Okay.
If I have a conflict with the 25th. I can attend remotely if I need to. I want people to attend in person.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Well, yeah, there's no voting going on, so if you think you can attend remotely, that's
Yeah.
absolutely fine. Okay.
22nd works in August? September, workshop on the 5th, or can I ask that that be a regular board meeting just in case we need appointments and do the 19th workshop?
That's-
It's the first day of school
I
and
feel
there
like-
might be
I-
some,
I feel like we adjusted that last year, now to do something the following week, because it's
Some
every,
stuff
who's
like
gonna be prepared to, you guys have a lot going on. that
we
day.
do have a
Do
lot
you
going
really
on
want a
that day.
board meeting that night?
So you want to
Do
do the
12th
12th
26th
and
maybe
the
instead?
26th instead? Okay,
Yeah.
now that throws off October. You want to move everything in October too?
Do 10 and 24,
10 and 24?
yeah. And then we have 2 weeks into the next one in November, otherwise we had 3 weeks, I think, between.
Yeah, that works, Barbara, because then it is 2 weeks till the 14th. And we're going to do the first one of the month is going to be workshop, and the second one is going to be regular board meeting.
That's fine, if that works for, in terms of approving things.
Yes.
I mean, that's better for,
There's a possibility. Kate's not gonna be here, and just the thought about the 25th of July.
Mhm.
If we move that to say February 1st, consensus, you have one agenda,
August 1st.
August 1st or August 8th.
You want to move the
I'm
25th?
just suggesting.
that
My schedule's free.
would be fine.
Rachel, are you free?
Would that work for you, Kate?
That's great, thank you.
Okay.
Which one, the 1st or the 8th?
Let's do the 8th, so if you're ready to do a hire or something, just get in there.
So you will make that a workshop plus a regular board meeting if I
Only
need it.
for agenda things, right?
For personnel appointments.
Personnel appointments, yeah.
Okay,
That's what I'm suggesting. I don't know what they,
Okay.
you guys think.
if you're okay with that, that would work out.
So
Great.
either the 1st or the 8th works for people? Okay.
We said the 8th,
Eighth.
right?
I was thinking the 8th, that gives us more time to get done the hiring before then.
Okay.
And you guys can meet, you guys can actually still meet on the 25th if Tim is available.
Oh, there we go, good point. I'll check.
It's usually 7.
Yeah, but we can
All right,
do
so
it.
staying,
Yeah.
so staying with this, November works, the 14th and 28th,
Yep,
one meeting in December, a regular board meeting, the 12th. Yes,
yes.
then we move to January. I was staying away from the second, because it is the first day back, but that will mean 3 weeks before a workshop. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the 9th and the 23rd,
Mhm.
February 6th and the 27th. Some of these may have to change depending on the budget calendar, which is not out yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So we'll put these in tentatively, the 12th and the 26th. Katie, there's a budget calendar that ASBO puts out that we have to follow. Those certain timelines that the board has to approve certain things, but we do not have that calendar yet. The 9th and the 30th for April. 7th and the 21st for May. away from all the holidays. And then we have a budget vote here on May 21st, so that will not be a regular board meeting. So if we have any agenda items, they won't be done until the 11th of June.
Well, unless we do the 4th of June. And or do you-
4th of June?
is that going to be better in terms of approving anything that has to happen for June?
I can have everything ready for the summer for the 4th of June.
What was the intention for the 11th? Was it to give you more time or is it too much?
I was just doing middle of the month.
Right. I mean, that's fine. Waiting until the 11th is fine for me, as long as that's fine for, you
I
know.
think the 11th is a little bit better for summer recommendations.
That's good.
Okay, but that budget vote, it will just be the budget vote on the 27th. If I have anything that needs approval, I might ask for the double meeting on the 7th. Right?
All right, sounds good.
All right, I'll work with, Rachel, I'll work with Jen Chances, to color code it. Thank you. We've already adopted the calendar, it's just the Board of Ed dates.
All right.
During the calendar, we have to do, retreat.
Oh, right. Yeah, actually, you know, we haven't talked about a board retreat then for the summer also.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So,
Look at your calendars.
yeah,
And what would you like? Somebody from school boards,
I'm
somebody,
an adjunct now.
oh,
It's up to the board, of course.
ooh,
I am NISBA approved CBR conductor, and it is not a conflict of interest if we wanted to do something.
okay.
I got all their info. We could do something just for us. I have their entire workflow of all the new stuff that they have. And we can probably tailor it a little bit more to our needs, but I don't want to boost myself any more than that. It's up to.
might be a nice pilot.
Yeah,
You can find out on us before you go fly your,
You'll be my first
straight elsewhere.
official NISBA review. Can't wait for that to come in.
Yeah.
It might be my first in my life. But it'll be good to live and die on my sword right in our own school.
So Katie, we do a board retreat like every August where just the board gets together to talk about, you know, practices and, you know, just board stuff. Often just on a weekend where we can have, you know, lunch or breakfast or whatever and just spend some time going over stuff. Okay.
Like an educational bonding time
It'd be
with
nice to have
the board for that year.
I think you do a great job, Eric, but as I tell my scouts, sometimes you get one from another leader.
It's totally up to the.
So I would suggest we play an outside agency, just because it's.
Did you work with other people while you were getting that?
Yeah, we probably, I mean, they have the same folks. There's a good chance you get the same person unless you request someone else.
I mean, might there be another new person who would also want to try out their skill?
Oh no. Oh, I got what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's a pretty tight group that does that.
Right.
You know, you have your Long Island folks that do it.
Right.
So you reach out to NISBA. You guys did it last year. It's sort of the same process. You could.
Right.
We had somebody actually from NISBA one year. We had somebody from Shelter Island another time. He was with NISBA, but he was from Shelter Island.
Yeah, you probably know some of the folks. If there's names that you want to request, you could request specifically.
Well, is there someone that you work with that you think would be a good person?
I didn't work with any one particular person. The person I work with runs the whole thing. She's in upstate New York. I don't know if she would.
What are you looking to do? Just bring cohesiveness, or are you looking for informational? Like one time you did the attorney and you brought in, you know, on special education, another time it was on board roles and, you know, procedures, you know. Your auditors want to meet with you. Do you want something more on the finance end?
I could give you the list of the main NISBA topics that are classically done over in a board retreat. And that's how the instructor actually so I could send an email. with
It's up to you guys what
Maybe
you
maybe
want to
something
see.
more Is there anything else more finance oriented or?
Yeah, they have these little tracks you basically pull from the
Well,
education.
Don't they also have a, they have, maybe one of the hiring superintendent and stuff like that.
Ooh,
That could be.
that's a good one.
You want to send us what you have and then we'll think about, do we
Yeah,
want
they're
to
just
look
sort of
for
like the
something about like
bullets.
hiring
Yeah,
or
it's like-
finance
it's
or
treated like
something?
a menu.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they have something on, hiring as a new superintendent, maybe that might be a really good one.
So,
And you could piggyback on that, have somebody from NISBA, but then maybe invite the folks from Montauk or from another school district that did the search themselves
right, okay.
and speak to those board members.
So does a weekend work for people? I mean, I know you still work on Saturday mornings, right?
Yeah, I guess we could do a Saturday.
What is it, like 1 to 5?
Right, we could do an afternoon, yeah. Would that work?
Yeah,
I do think,
Right.
and I can't tell you like.
Well, all right, so maybe we should just do a little email. People can say
Yeah.
what Saturdays may
Yeah.
be available in the afternoon. And we'll figure one out.
I think we should, finance the big one we should be looking at, and also a new hirings, but we already got. Let's go on that for bid from the superintendent.
Yeah.
From next year. Something like that.
All right, so we would need to figure out what sort of program they have for those topics or who has strengths in those things, right? So,
right. Well, I'll email the
Okay.
list of.
great.
The two of you can work on it. You reached out last time to NISBA.
Yep.
And just let us know what we
And we
need to
got
do.
an inside agent there.
Right.
That's
I think
you can do that.
pretty good about pairing it up with.
So, do you want me to schedule the audit planning committee for the 8th before your regular board meeting? Or do you want us to put that,
I'm lost. With 8th of what?
I'm sorry, the 8th is a workshop. Or the 22nd before a regular board meeting,
I'm sorry, the 8th of which month?
August.
Oh,
This
August,
is
right, okay.
your audit committee.
Right,
So
yeah, yeah.
the board is the audit committee. You
Yeah.
meet with our auditors.
They have to do that before they arrive. The ones that before they arrive.
When are they arriving?
The week of the 31st.
The
Wait,
person
so
here.
when are they out here?
The Tuesday to Friday, or basically August 1st week.
Okay,
So they have to meet with the board.
They don't have
beforehand.
to, they don't have to. They said last year you guys requested it. And they just reached out to me asking if you guys would like to do it again. And they're more than willing to do a virtual presentation if you like, if you have time.
is this the preliminary meeting where we go over what we want them to look at or just the, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe back to the first.
It doesn't have to be at a meeting. It could be whenever a half hour you guys can work it out where everybody's free. It's obviously
Right.
going to be virtual because they're upstate.
Okay,
Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever fits in your schedule. They
so
seem
you're
to
saying they're gonna be out here that week?
that the 31st week, correct. I guess last year it was done prior to their arrival. In my recalls.
I don't recall.
That's what they said.
Okay,
But is it required to?
It's not required. No, it's not required. I guess last year it was requested that it was done prior to their arrival. They don't have to do it. It's not required by any, it's just, if you want to do it, then it's up to.
should we schedule something remotely while they're here, maybe, just to touch base and review what things they have been looked at lately and what areas that
They're suggesting to
they're
look at.
suggesting to look at?
As a separate date or?
Yeah, as a separate date.
Why don't we just move the,
Or-
go to the 1st instead of the 8th? Because it seemed like that worked for everybody, and then we can.
And then they're here,
Right,
they're
yeah,
here,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I can, yeah,
They're here, they're
Yeah.
physically here.
Yeah.
They're not going back upstate that.
no, I
They're
assume they're, I assume they're staying out. I
here,
assume they're
yeah.
staying out.
Okay, so let's do that.
All right, so we're gonna move it to the first.
I'm gonna take Tim's spot of not letting any extra meetings.
Yeah,
All right,
You don't
very
have
good.
to have
Eventually,
it.
like that.
So 8th is now the first.
All right, so we're back at the first, so you can have the audit, what it is for the first.
Okay.
And then they'll be in person.
Okay. All right. All right, so we all set with the calendar then?
Sure. Any more dates
Rachel,
we
you just have to
want know
change
about?
that last page on your agendas. Okay?
Probably will.
I'll sit with you tomorrow. Are you here tomorrow? Oh, oh.
All right, that wraps up the new business. So it is now time for public commentary number 2. Anyone here would like to address the board or anybody at LTV calling in?
Just want to say how excited we are for the 100-day start plan. It looks amazing. It's everything we could hope for, and we're ready to, we're excited to collaborate. We're ready to get started.
Excellent.
Those are STA reps who are off camera.
Oh, yeah. They're really royal.
That's all right. No, happy to hear you're excited. We're excited also for the start of this new year with our staff here and forward to it. LTV, anyone calling in with a,
We have
At
no
once,
callers
like-
on the line.
okey dokey. I don't know what they're missing out on. Anybody here have any final thoughts? And if not, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.